I got a simple question for you. You want a stomach like this? That's why you gotta do core. That's what we're gonna talk about today. So, first things first, why is core important? Someone's probably told you, maybe someone like Paul, probably trying to tell you, well, core is stupid. And people that do core are stupid. And let me tell you, Paul is one of the smartest people I know. So if he's telling you that, it's gotta be reverse psychology. He's not seriously telling you that core is stupid because he knows better than that. He's too smart for that. Obviously, he's trying to trick you into doing more core by calling you stupid because it's a hobby of his. He loves to call you stupid because you are compared to him. So, why do core? If, once you get past people trying to tell you not to, why do it? Why is it important? Why should you care about it as a runner? That's what we're all wondering. Well, the biggest thing, hands down, is that you're going to be more like Tom Sullivan if you do core. Anyone that knows Tom Sullivan knows that he's got a ripped abs. They're fit, toned. He works hard on them, and he's also been the most attractive guy on the men's team for the last 4 years. That's an accomplishment. 4 years, easily, hands down, anonymous, best looking male athlete on the cross country team. Everyone wants to be more like Tom, and if you don't want to do core to be more like Tom, I can't fucking help you. Like, you have no business being here. You can turn off the video. You can go do whatever, but there's no reason to be here if you don't want to be more like Tom Sullivan, because that's what everybody's trying to do. And now that he's graduated, there's a spot open for that. I know Kovac's probably sitting here like, I don't really need to do core. It's a show in. I'm going to walk onto the team and be the most attractive. But, you got to work for it. You got to work to earn that. Tom's done that. And so, everybody should be trying to be more like Tom Sullivan and should be doing core accordingly. That's obviously the number one priority. That's why core is important. But if you really have to look for another reason, if I didn't sell you enough, it's really important for your form. When you're going to break down the race, if you have strong core, it's going to prevent you from breaking down. You're going to stay stronger in your form. You're going to finish races better. And also, you're going to be more efficient. You're not wasting energy because the center of gravity is your strongest point. So it's really just all around. It's the absolute exercise that you should be doing, hands down. Okay, here. So, the routine I do is a 50-second exercises with 10-second recovery. And so you can switch the exercises every time, make it harder or easier depending on your level and where you're at. But I'm going to go through the exercises for you, and we'll do it kind of an interactive way so that if you want to watch this video and do it alongside me, feel free, you totally can. But if you really don't like hearing my voice or seeing my face, and maybe the sight of me and the audio make you want to vomit, feel free, you can turn off your sound, you can mute it, kind of just follow along with me and blast your speaker, whatever you want to tone it out and try to think of other things. That's totally an option. So, but if you also want to listen and kind of hear the instructions for some of the different exercises along with kind of getting some, some little commentary and also some pointers, while we go, feel free to listen up and you can do this along with me. Okay. Let's do this. So first exercise we're going to do is hollow hold. So you're going to lay down and ready, go. You're going to put your legs up, roughly, you can be like 6 inches off the ground, and you can keep your hands out. This is an easy way to do it. And you want to keep your shoulder blades off, but you don't have to be up like this. You can kind of lay back a little bit. It also can make it harder if you put your hands back. It's also an option. I really like doing hollow hold. If you know anything about me, I like hollow hold doing core. But the biggest reason is the mental challenge. So when you're doing this, want to focus on staying still, you're breathing evenly. And if you add this to the end of the routine when you're kind of really tired and you've really worked your abs, this is really mentally challenging. And that's the same kind of mental grind. Like, you can't move to avoid the pain. You have to just soak it in. And that's so important for cross country and just for distance running in general. Rest. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, stay on your back for this. And keep your feet up, and we're going to do crunches. Ready, go. Crunches are nice because you can change your intensity. You want to get that full motion, but you can also go quick if you want, if you're feeling good.
This is also good because it's not too tough on your hip flexors. 15. 5 seconds, keep going. Rest. Sit up on this one. This one's gonna be Russian twists. So put your legs up in the air and go. For this one too, if it's really bugging your hip flexors or you're sore from running, you can put your feet on the ground like this and just keep turning. The other thing you want to keep in mind when you're doing these is you want to make sure you're getting a full reach, really rotating. Some people kind of just go like this. You want to be full rotation, really work it, get the outside of those abs. You want to be a hardo like CJ and hold a weight, a shot put, feel free. That'll make it more challenging too. The next one we're going to do, you got 5 seconds, is going to be V-ups, which I know are tough. Stop. V-ups are tough, but one way to think of it is like each time you touch your feet, it's a different goal that you're accomplishing. That way you can kind of think ahead and push yourself through it. Ready? Go. PR at Raleigh. Go to Notre Dame. Team dominates Notre Dame. FlowTruck tweets out the Duke's legit this year. Coach Riley invites us over for brunch on Sundays. Midterms come around. Gerald Wilson emails me congratulating me on only having a D in 2 of my classes. We kick ass at ACCs, set a PR. I find $20 in Josh's wallet, and we fucking make nationals. We make fucking nationals. Stop. You can talk during it too, that makes it harder. Next one is going to be penguin, so get here and go back and forth touching your heels. To make this one hard, make sure you get your kind of shoulders up. The more you're leaning up towards your legs, the more you're really feeling the sides. And just rotate back and forth. This is good to get the obliques, kind of work the movement and also the sides. If this feels easy, it could be like nice for a recovery one, but make sure you're leaning up and making sure you feel it. Ten seconds. Rest. This next one's a kind of favorite of mine. So you're gonna sit like you're doing butterflies, and you lean back and ready, go. Reach through, touch your feet. Get all the way up there. Imagine you're in a bad dream, and all of a sudden, you're about to fall off the cliff, and you just pop out of the pillow, jump out of bed, jump fucking out of bed because you're terrified. But you're alive. You get up here like, it's fine. It hurts, but you're good. Basically a night terror right here. This is the night terror one. Keep working. 10 seconds. Rest. Oh, good work. You're grinding. Next one, you're gonna lay back. You're gonna kick your feet up and then out. Ready? Go. You can put your hands on your sides, put them behind you, put them out here to the sides. Either way. You want to kick out, straight up, and then get your butt off the ground going up. And try to keep your legs at a 90-degree angle going vertical. Oh, I'll slide it for you. You'll feel this one good, but keep pumping it. You can move pretty good, so it makes the pain a little bit better. We're getting later in the core routine. Keep working. Just think, the more you push this, the more you avoid running with Dan on long runs. Good. Because you'll be up ahead of the pack. So the next one we'll do a slow bike. So get back like this, ready to go, and switch back and forth. Switch, 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 switch. That's kind of the tempo you're going for. Make sure you're turning your upper body when you're reaching for your knee, and just keep rotating. Switch, switch, switch. That kind of pace. That's what we're looking for. Make sure you take that straight leg and pop that knee out. The front leg's got to be straight. You got to work. This is a tough one. Ten seconds. Good. This one, you're gonna get up forward like a plank. Get in plank position. And what we're gonna do is, ready, go. You're gonna rotate like a circle. One of the keys here is to move your back feet, but don't let yourself bend. You wanna stay in plank form and just go around, because that movement is what's working your abs more than a normal plank is. You can also go forward and back too. It's another option. Just go full circles. Just trying to keep that core stable. Ten seconds. Rest. So we got one more. Last one. Stay in a plank position. And it's kind of going to be sort of like a mountain climber. You're going to pull your knee, ready to go, to the outside of your elbow and lean towards it kind of like a crunch. So you're going to bring your knee to your elbow and turn your upper body to kind of match it. Kind of crunch a little bit, work the sides. Ten seconds. Good. Oh yeah. Good work. So that is my general routine. If you can't tell, got a pretty good sweat working out doing that. Hopefully you did too. Some of the options too with that is just to switch out the exercises, do some other ones. I'll show you a few here. One is to keep your legs up like this, and out and in. Kind of bring yourself back and forth, close around the arms. That's a good one. Another one is your up down, where you're in a plank position, you go up, back down. That's a really good one to work because you're kind of moving. Like when you're doing a plank, you're obviously keeping steady, you're really working your abs, maybe your glutes a little bit to keep yourself locked in. But when you're adding that movement in, it's challenging you to be moving and also maintain that strength and stability. Just very, very valuable for running. Another one you can do too, if you're trying to be a hardo, just similar to the V-up. If you put your legs straight up, and it's hard to keep them stable, but that's what you're going for, you can do reach-ups from here. Just keep going up, reaching for your feet. That one will burn too. They're also really good. Another one, if you're doing it in a plank position, like I was for that second to last exercise, instead of like the back and forth or circles, You can do, wait, you can't see from there. You can do toe taps to the side, just taking turns one to the other. And you want to stay as stable as possible. You don't want to kind of like be bouncing with each like foot tap. It's not a dance, sorry. But you want to keep yourself stable and just move your foot out, in, out, in. So those are some other core routines. The number one question I get when I see someone in the street, the grocery store, you know, on a run, when everyone's honking, saying hi, obviously kind of a public figure. Number one question I always get is, why do you look like a fettuccine noodle cooked al dente? And, you know, sometimes that question comes in different forms. Some people will just call me a fettuccine, which if you go by Italian rules, would be the singular form of fettuccine. You know, I've gotten fettuccine with legs. They come in all different forms, but usually whenever people ask me that, I just cry. But the number two question I always get is, Mike, when you do core, why do you do 50 seconds on, 10 seconds off? And that's a better question. When I get that one, what my answer usually is that I feel like when you do core in shorter bursts, so let's say you do a 30-second rep at an exercise, even if you switch to another 30-second exercise after, it really doesn't get hard till that last 5-10 seconds maybe. You know, you're doing a plank for whatever exercise it is. The second you start to hurt, you'll look down and you'll have 4 seconds left in your exercise. And so that way you're really not practicing the endurance, you're not practicing it when it gets tough. You're switching exercises so much that you never really let it get difficult for you. So that's why I think 50 seconds is perfect, because you hit 30 seconds and you look down and you're like, oh crap, I still have another 20 seconds to go. But that's when you have to reinforce that form, staying stable, being tough and fighting through that pain a little bit, all of which go a long way for running. Because it's all about getting that core endurance for when you're going to be easy for your form in the beginning of a race, but the second it starts to get tough, that's when you'll start to break down. When you train yourself to fight through that, it'll be the same in races, be the same during workouts. You'll be able to maintain a stable form. You will have good stability, and that's really where you get the gains, is that you know, tough 20 seconds after, you know, it starts to get hard, when it's really difficult. And then the 10 seconds is just short recovery, also a mental break before we get right into something else. The fun thing about it too is you can change kind of your intensity. You want to do, you know, 8 minutes of the harder exercises that you know, good, go for it, and just work as hard as you can for those 50 seconds that you're on. If you want to, you know, kind of be relative intensity, make sure you're doing really good form for each of them, and you want to do 12 minutes, you want to do 15 minutes, go for it. That's also another good option. It's not like you have to change the amount of time you're doing each of these reps. You can do either make the reps that you're doing harder, the different exercise you're doing harder or easier, and then you can also just go for a longer period of time. Don't be refrained to 10 minutes. You know, so hopefully this was a good exercise for you. Feel free to use this video if you need someone to follow along to. If I'm annoying, please mute me, listen to some music. But either way, hopefully you learned a little bit about some of the different exercises you can do, and hopefully you have a little more confidence in, you know, core and why you're doing it, and some of the ways you can do it. So, mix it up Monday, y'all. Thanks.